Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm going to talk about your social media strategy, and if you are in like the DIY, home decor, furniture flipping world or realm, or you've thought about creating some social media accounts or content around those things, there's the right and the wrong way to do that. And so in today's podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about, this came up inside my Furniture Flipping Academy. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how to create kind of like your personas to guide your social media strategy. Just figuring out your audience and who they are and what they like and what they need. And knowing these kinds of things will help you strategize and just really come up with the right way to put your content out there and what to create for the audience that you have. So one thing you need to remember is that social media, it's for a business, I say everybody needs one. If you have a business, you need a social media presence. For your personal use, you do that as you want to. But for a business, there is definitely a strategy behind it and definitely a way that you need to. Don't just post to be posting or post because you see somebody else posting, or you really want to figure out who you are posting for, what kind of information, you need to be posting, what kind of content you need to be creating. What's your end goal? Like, what is your goal with your social media presence? Do you want to sell? Do you want to, have affiliate income? Are you trying to, basically, if you have a business and you have a social media presence, your goal needs to be revenue, and you're selling, or you want, your audience to buy at some point. So there is a whole strategy on how to do that. And it's something that I had no idea about when I started out. So I have really learned this the hard way. And if I can help one person do it or know these things right from the get-go, that's why I had to learn it the hard way. So I'm just going to kind of go through some points here. Number one is collecting data. So you want to collect data on your existing customers. So this could be, you can get back inside your analytic tools for your social media. Make sure you have a business account set up so you get those tools, or a creator account. It depends on which platform you're doing. So it just kind of depends on what they're called. But you want to analyze that information. Things like demographics, location, ages, genders, interests, buying behavior, where they live. I said location, but all of those kinds of things are important to know about your audience. You can also do this by using surveys, interviews. You can post like polls and those kinds of things. Again, it depends on which platform you're posting on, but all of those tools can kind of help you learn and collect the data on the audience that you already have, the existing customers that are already seeing your content. Another thing that you may find yourself doing is to segment your audience. And this is something that we have done over the years. You definitely want to stay within your niche. I've talked about that before here on the podcast, but you may find that, for my niche, I kind of started out in the DIY home decor realm. And then I kind of got more specific as my audience was asking for more specific things. So you may have to divide your customers or your audience into different segments based on the characteristics, right? So for a home decor business, you might have to segment things like, is it professionals that are looking to do this, homeowners, interior design enthusiasts? Like, you might have to segment. For me, I have people that want to learn about home decor and DIY projects, but then I have people in my audience that are specifically trying to grow their furniture flipping business, and they want all of that information. They're inside my academy, so I need to tailor my information for that, if that makes sense. Another thing you want to always, always, always do, and this is one thing that I didn't understand, and it took me a while to get this. You need to identify pain points and goals. So I heard this over and over again, and I was like, oh yeah, so, I this is what they're dealing with, or these are the questions or what people are saying they're struggling with. So I'm going to help them with that. But you really need, make sure that your information and maybe the content you're creating is for those pain points. What are the challenges that your audience face in relation to your niche? What goals are they trying to achieve? Are they first-time homeowners that are trying to decorate their home on a dime, zero budget? Is that their pain point? They really want their home to look amazing, but they just don't have the budget to go out and buy new. So then you would create your content based on that pain point. It's just going to, if you understand those pain points and the goals of your audience, it's really going to help you tailor your content to provide that solution, the inspiration they need, and to gain more followers. Just know that you're getting the right information out to that audience you have. Create detailed personas. So this is another one that I have people inside my Furniture Flipping Academy. There's actually we have them go through this process and this kind of like this exercise that they can get this nailed down. And when I say you want to create detailed personas, I want to be able to ask you, tell me you may have heard the word avatar. So that's been used as before, but that's basically your detailed person, right? Your detailed audience member or your audience that is following you. You want to know that person. By the time you know everything about them, you should know their name, their age, the color of their hair, where they shop, what their budget is, how much income they use or they make, all of those things. Once you know that, it's so crazy because you will hear some people, back in the day, we used to, have names for our avatar or our detailed person. And we could tell you where they shopped, how they used Facebook, if they got on Instagram, all of those things that is just what their hobbies are. That just really helps you, again, tailor your content and really get to know your audience. And it's really important. Again, when you're starting or posting or creating a social media presence for your business, you don't want to willy-nilly it. You really, really don't. And everybody's on social media now. Everybody is online. So if you can start out doing it the right way, you're just going to be 100 steps further than the person that's just starting out willy-nillying it. So these things will really, really, really help you. The next one is understanding motivations. What motivates that person, that avatar that you have? Are they looking for, like I said, affordable options? Do they want high-end things that you're sharing them? Do they want to just DIY it? They would never pay somebody else to do it. What are their motivations? Again, this will help you create compelling content that they really need and they really want to see, and they will start sharing, which is what you really want to happen. Start sharing your content to their audience or their family and friends. Identify their preferred social platforms. So again, like I said, you will get to know this avatar, this person, and you will learn, do they spend most of their time on Facebook? Do they love Instagram better? Are they enjoying TikTok? Do they like to see long drawn out video content on YouTube? For instance, younger audiences might like TikTok, while maybe older homeowners or home enthusiasts like Facebook, right? So you just need to know where they spend their time so you know what kind of content to deliver on each of those platforms, because it will be different on every platform. Susie that follows you over on Instagram is not going to be the same as Peggy that follows you on Facebook. They are going to be two different people. And on that social platform, it will tell you how to make the content for the people on that platform. Okay, the next one is content preferences. So this is another one that kind of will tell you, do they like short video, long video? Do they just like pretty pictures? Do they like written format? What kind of content do they prefer? Do they want to see you do the project? Do they just want to see before and afters? What kind of content does your audience like? If once you know that, again, it's just each one of these things helps you narrow down your content and gets you exactly what you need so you're not wasting time on everything else. Okay, so identify the different common objections or concerns your person or avatar might have when considering, the content that you are sharing, right? Knowing these kinds of objections or challenges will help you like already put it in your content that you're creating. Does that make sense? So like you've already, this question or this problem or this, wait a minute, is this like, you already know that that's going to come up. So you're going to answer it already in your content. And so then it's like, oh my gosh, she just answered that. So map your customer journey. So again, like I said, if you are in a business, you need a social media presence, right? So, and your goal is to sell or revenue or to make money, right? No matter how you are doing or how you are going about your business, you just want to kind of map out your customer's journey. So are you meeting them at the beginning, middle, or end? What kinds of things are you trying to sell? Are you trying to get them to sign up for? Are you trying to link to? Like I said, depending on what your goal is, just create your content that guides them through each stage of their journey as the customer, their journey, not yours. Always remember, you are doing this for them, your customer, not you, right? So this kind of comes up a lot when I hear people inside my academy that'll say, I need to do live videos, but I just can't look at myself. I just can't, or like they're worried about their hair, or their makeup, or their whatever. That's about you. And that's not about your customer, the people you're trying to serve, right? They're not looking at those things. They are coming to you, watching you, listening to you for your information that you have. All those other things is about me, myself, and I. And in business, you can't have me, myself, and I, right? You need to be thinking about your customer always, your potential audience, your the people that are following you. That's what it's about. And getting that information to them in lives, in videos, in reels, however it is what's most important. You are serving them. You are helping them with some problem or issue or, how to do something better or easier or save money this way or whatever it is, whatever you're doing. It's about them. It's not about you. Next, test and refine. So this is just always my team and I is, every time something new comes up or like we think of something that we could do better or let's just try this. Let's just try this and see how it goes. I don't know how many times I have said, let's try it and see how it goes. Let's try it for a month. Let's come back. We'll chit chat about it and then we'll figure out, are we getting rid of this or are we keeping this? Do that with everything, right? So your social media is just like that. I'm going to try carousel posts for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to see how that works. Try it, refine it if it doesn't work, make it better if it does work. So if it's working really great, then keep it up and do it in different ways. But testing and refining is always a good thing. Collaborate with other people in your niche. Reach out to a couple people in your niche. Create some good content that you kind of all know will help your audiences that are within that niche. And then hopefully you'll get some eyes from different accounts and stuff on your own account. And lastly, when creating your social media and you know that person, right? You know this person well that you are serving. This is your audience. Put yourself in their shoes as customers. What are their needs? Is this really serving them? And here's the thing: when you're creating social media content and if you're just going through the motions, like I just have to post something today, I'm just going to throw this up there. If you feel icky about it, or you're thinking this is not in line with what I need to be doing, this is not serving them, this is not educating them, this is not entertaining them, this is not showing them or teaching them anything, whatever, then don't post it. Quality over quantity is hands down always the motto you need to go by. So always just keep that customer, that audience member, that avatar, that persona in the back of your head before you are posting. Is this in line with all of these things that I just talked about for ways to tailor your social media strategy, really get to know your audience and what they're looking for, how they need the information given to them, what pain points and goals do they have, what's their motivation, all of those things. Once you nail all of those things down, you are going to really have a better idea about what your social media strategy needs to be and how and when and why and what you should be posting. So I hope this was helpful. I always like to hear from you. Let me know if this was helpful. Email me, Lindsay@mycreativedays.com. Reach out to me on Instagram @mycreativedays. Let me know what other topics you'd like to hear on the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Share this podcast with somebody else that may need this or may be struggling with some of these issues. I'm always grateful to all of you that share it. So until next time, I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you very soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.